Today we are planning the assassination of the old you, the version of you that's been holding you back, keeping you stuck, making you feel anxious, stripping you of your confidence, and stripping you of getting the results that you want to get in your life. And once he's dead, you will be able to break through your plateaus, reach your full potential, become more confident, get in better shape, and achieve more than you ever have in your life. Now, whether you know this person exists or not, he does. He uses the art of deception and hides. So like any good assassin, if we want to kill the old version of ourselves, we got to know who the target is. What are his habits? How does he think? Where does he live? So we can set up for the right time and the right moment to blow his fucking brains out. And that's exactly what we're about to do. So let's identify who the old version of ourselves even is. Like, who is this guy? Because if we're going to kill him, we got to know a bit about him. So the old you, where does he live, right? Where does he live? We got to find out where he stays so that we can set up in a bird's nest and get ready to kill him. So let me draw this image to show you where he's at, all right? Because I found the location. Here he is. Okay, there's the conscious, and there's the and there's the subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is 10% of your mind. Your subconscious is 90% of your mind. And guess what? He's been living in your subconscious this whole time. He's been fucking hiding in plain sight. Here he is. Son of a bitch has been in there all this whole time. Now, what dictates what goes into the subconscious mind is what goes into the conscious. Okay? So if we want to get in position to kill this motherfucker, we got to get in the subconscious mind. But we got to understand how that works first. Your conscious mind is your five senses. So what you hear, what you see, what you smell, taste, touch, all those things, right? But it's also what you think. So the thoughts that you think, which we have about 60,000 plus on a daily basis, they all get deposited into the subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is always operating, but you don't understand that, right? You're not always aware of this subconscious mind, but it's always operating. So your thoughts get deposited into your subconscious mind where your old you, where he's living, and this dictates your body, right? This dictates what you do. This dictates the action you take, which leads to the results you get, right? And we want to get better results in life because the results we've been getting to this point has been shit because it's controlled by the subconscious mind. And guess who's in control? Guess who's running the show in there? It's this son of a bitch. So if we want to get in position to kill him, we got to get into the subconscious mind. Now we just discussed, how do we do that? Through the five senses and what we think. So let's get in position to assassinate him. First things first, obviously we got to get in position. But here's the thing, he's slick. He knows we're coming. It's not going to be easy. So we got to be smart about this. So let me show you this image. This image is how we're going to get in position to kill him. Okay? This is basically how we get in the subconscious mind, right? What you think dictates how you feel. How you feel dictates what you do and what action you take. What action you take dictates your result, and your result dictates your reinforced belief. Okay? Let's think about this as something called a paradigm. A paradigm dictates the way we've been thinking to this point, which has led to the results that we're getting. Okay? So we want to change this result, right? But as we mentioned, in order for us to change the result, we need to kill the old version of ourselves. So this is us getting in position to get into the subconscious mind. This is how you do it. By controlling the way you think, you then control the way you feel, which is going to dictate the action you take, which dictates the result you get, and the reinforced belief. Let me give you an example. If you feel like you can't get in good shape because you believe that your genetics are bad, this is what's going to happen. You're going to think, I just have bad genetics. There's no way I can get in good shape. As a result of you thinking that, you're going to feel down on yourself and you're going to feel lack of motivation. As a result of you feeling those feelings, the action you take when you go to the gym is going to be half-ass. Because subconsciously, you don't even think you can get in good shape. So as a result of you taking half-ass action, you're going to get a half-ass result, which is going to make you say, see, I knew it was my genetics. I knew it was right. But it was never your genetics. It was the way you thought that led to the result that you got, which reinforced itself, and this is why you stay stuck. Boom, over and over and over. And as of right now, the old you has dictated the way this has been working. So if we understand what we think about is how we get into the subconscious mind, we need to control the way we think. So understanding this right here, this process of controlling the way we think gets us in position to get in the subconscious mind. So now check this out. Here we are, okay? I'm going to try to do my best to draw. This is a sniper rifle, okay? Not no bullet yet. This is a sniper rifle. We're in the bird's nest now, and the old us is right here. He's down here. He's smiling. He's happy. He thinks we're not coming for him because now we got him fooled. He's drinking his coffee. He's chilling. But as a result of us understanding this paradigm, we've now had the ability to enter the subconscious mind at will, which puts us in sniper position. All right, now we got a visual on the target. Okay, we're making progress. So we need to control the way we think, which is going to control the way we feel, the action we take, the result we get, and the reinforced belief. This is powerful shit. So now that we've entered the subconscious mind, which as we mentioned, the subconscious mind leads to your body, the action you take and what you do, which leads to a result. So now we're in position. The next step is we need to get a gun and we need to get ammunition, right? Now the gun is going to be this. Your gun to kill the old self and become the best version of you is the way you feel. Because if you feel like shit, your actions are never going to align with who you want to become. You're always going to take a shitty action, or worse, take no action if you feel anxious, if you feel scared. So we need to change the way we feel, and how we feel is the gun. Because the old you has made you feel like shit your whole life. There's a reason every day you wake up and you feel like shit. You look at your goals and you feel like shit. You don't feel good about it. You don't feel confident. You need to feel good every day. You need to feel the feelings that you want to feel. If you want to be confident, you need to feel confident. If you want to feel happy, you need to feel happy. The feeling is the gun that's going to take out your enemy, right? So how do we load this fucking gun? So look, here's the gun. Feel. That's your gun. How do we load the gun? Where do we get the ammo to load the gun? We get that right here. I'm going to draw a bullet. All right, that's a bullet. It's a hollow point bullet. The ammo for the gun is our thoughts and the way we think. That's the ammo. So if you've been thinking negative thoughts, you're going to get a negative feeling. But if we understand this is the gun, what do we got to do? We got to lie. You got to lie to yourself. We got to trick this motherfucker. Because you've been thinking a certain way your entire life, and that's gotten you shit results. So in order for you to become somebody new, you need to be before you become. And how do you do that? You do it by lying to yourself. If you're not confident, you need to start actively thinking thoughts telling yourself, I am confident. If you're not happy, you need to lie to yourself and tell yourself, I am happy. If you're not jacked yet, you need to lie to yourself and tell yourself, you are jacked. And start visually feeling the feelings that you would feel if you were. Because your subconscious mind, this is how we infiltrate and trick him, doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you tell it. All it knows is what you tell it. So if we want to get in there and start telling it different shit so we can get different results, we need to control the way we think and lie to ourselves and start talking to ourselves positively. And this takes effort. It doesn't happen naturally. You need to actively be doing it. Now, the gun, your feelings, the ammo, what you think. Because if you can think positive thoughts that make you feel good, the actions you're going to take are going to change your result. And the only reason the old you still exists is because you keep getting the same bullshit results. So if we want to execute him and assassinate him, we got to change our results. And that all starts by getting in the subconscious mind by doing this right here. So what is the one thing that we actually need to kill him? What's the one thing? What's the bullet that's going to penetrate his brain? I'm going to show you. Here is the only thing that you need for the rest of your life to never fall back into your same old habit patterns, to continue to make progress, to continue to grow. The one bullet that's going to kill him, right? This is going to be awareness. I can't stress this enough. This is the one thing that you need. When you become aware of what I've just outlined to you, that your thoughts control your emotions, that your subconscious mind dictates what you actually do, you can never fall back into your old habit patterns. You can only make progress because you start to realize, oh, now I have the keys to my future. I have the keys to my reality. Every single action I take is going to be dictated based off the way I feel. Every single feeling I feel is going to be dictated off the way that I think. So when you understand the only thing that you need to do is to change your life is to control the way that you think, you now have control, and your old self can never fool you again. You never fall back to your old patterns. You have the awareness. That is the final bullet that's going to blow the brain of your enemy. So once you gain control of your thoughts, control of your emotions, you got yourself in position, now you're aware of how it all works, boom, you fire the bullet, he's dead. But there's one last part. There's one last part that you need to understand. And please don't take this lightly. Your thoughts dictate your reality. Literally. Pay attention. After you've killed him, okay? You understand, you've infiltrated your subconscious mind, and this takes effort, this takes days, months, weeks of work. It's not going to happen overnight, all right? And you're going to doubt yourself, but you need to move in faith. You need to trust the process, I promise you. I've changed my entire life doing this. There's one last thing you need to be aware of. When you're high and mighty, and you start to make progress, you're jacked, you got a six-pack, and you're happy. The old you doesn't particularly die right away. There is the ghost of the old you who tries to scare you. He tries to instill fear. When you start to make positive change, the old you knows that you're trying to leave him for good, and his spirit will come to haunt you, and he'll start to instill fear, doubt. You'll start to make progress when you start implementing these things. But that fear and that doubt will eventually creep back, because the old version of you has been with you your whole life, and it now knows you're trying to leave it behind, and it's like a toxic ex. It's not just gonna let you go. It knows you, and it's gonna get in your head. It's gonna convince you, oh man, but what about all those times you failed? What about when you used to be this? You can never actually make this progress. It's not real. It's not actually working. You'll start to doubt yourself and fear. But what's your weapon? Awareness. When you become aware that when you start to feel those fear and doubts, it's actually a positive sign that you're about to break through, because the old you is fucking terrified that you're leaving it behind and it's trying to haunt you. But when you become aware that you can kill it anytime you want and it doesn't stand a chance against you, as long as you become aware, you can never, ever, ever in your life fall back to your old habit patterns. And you always have control. And the only person to point and blame is yourself if you don't make progress, because you control your thoughts control your emotions control your actions. So if you want better results, it's so fucking simple, but it takes work and it takes effort. Don't let this motherfucker get you. I hope this video was helpful. Like my video. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Love you.